Good morning. It is Friday, January 16th. We're 90 days out from April 16th. The DTD2 this week rolls on. We are in the second week of the quarter, so we are currently wrapping up with our B's and our E's. You're calling your B's and your E's. You are texting your S's, and it's a Friday, so there's a ton going on. We're in the midst of Ignite, so that is happening. You've got places to be after this, whether you're heading into Fight Club. That is happening at 9 o'clock. You go to KWFightClub.com, KWFightClub.com. And that's a room that we just have the Zoom camera up. And a lot of market centers do this. So I won't give credit to other brokerages as much as I want to. I promised my therapist I would work on that. I'm just kidding. Market centers do it. Other KW offices do it. I'm sure there's a scattered few. I mean, on a Friday of a long weekend, I don't think there's probably a lot of offices doing it. But we just do it Monday through Friday. We started this. We are in this is year 4 of Fight Club. And it's only because we just knew, like, hey, we've always protected the time on the calendar, but we've never actually then assigned a safe space in that protected time on the calendar to make sure that you have, an area to go do. And now people will push back and they'll be like, well, I don't need to go to a Zoom room to do my lead generation. Okay. Do it wherever you need to do it. There is a place to go and there's people that will hang out in there, just cameras on, microphones off, and they're doing whatever they're doing to have enough interactions. Notice I didn't say phone calls. It doesn't have to be a phone call. Whatever you're doing to induce more conversation, more interaction between you and the humans that you know and love and trust, just so if they're about to do something or they know somebody that's about to do something, because the math that we have is 6% of the United States will be part of or next to a transaction over the next 12 months. The challenge is we don't know who those people are. It's our job to find them, right? And as it says in one of my favorite books, capital V, favorite books, the Michael Mayer, 7 Levels of Communication. The mantra in this book is today, somewhere in my city, someone is looking for help, and it's my job to find them. So what are we doing? What's the process for us to make sure that we're finding the necessary conversations so then we can book the necessary appointments and help people move forward with the necessary contracts to buy, sell, or invest. That's it. That's what Fight Club is. Cut and dried. I know people get confused. They're like, well, why is it called Fight Club? Fighting your limiting beliefs to pick up the phone or do whatever, right? Because there's people like, oh, I'm not on the phone, but I'll do other stuff. What? Door knock? Okay. When? Well, can't be during an election cycle because they'll think I'm canvassing for a candidate. Can't be when it's too hot. Can't be when it's too windy. Can't be when it's raining. Can't be. You're not going to door knock then. What you need to do with door knocking is pick the day of the week, yes, and then do it every day or every week on that day. So you want me to go door knocking 52 weeks out of the year. You're probably not going to. There's going to be times that you're sick. There'll be times that you're on vacation. What if you did? What if that was your thing? I mean, if you're thinking to yourself, I'd really like to door knock, meeting people, getting outside, getting my steps in. Well, let's start a process. And what will people do today? Check the Apple Watch. According to Tim Cook and our friends in Cupertino, here in Portsmouth, it's 19 degrees. Doesn't give me the wind chill. She's not that smart. But you're going to find a reason to not do it. So you're going to hear me say time and time again, as your friend and your coach, I promise you, I want you to find something you're willing to do, inspired to do, excited about. Because lead generation is our big rock. That's the thing that's going to move the needle. That's the thing that's going to take compounding interest, doing it consistently, day after day after day. And we just wanted a space where people can go and share in that solidarity / misery. Because when you're getting started and you're like, I don't know if this is going to work. Well, it does because other people are doing it. Real estate's a thing. And it truly is about the amount of people that you interact with. and not just interact with? Are you interacting? Are you making them feel heard and cared for? Are you delivering value? Like, well, what does that mean? Do I have to give them a coupon for a chicken finger? No. Delivering value simply means when they see you coming down the sidewalk, coming down their news feed, texting them, calling them, sending them a hard mailer, showing up in their email box, they know it'll be something worthwhile. It'll be entertaining or witty or care filled. So, if for no other reason, jump into Fight Club today and start to examine what you will do, and then start fresh on Monday. But if you're currently underwhelmed by your results, maybe you're overwhelming the thought process around what you could do to garner those results. And that's okay. Take a deep breath, step out of your own way, and just move forward. Also, today at 9 o'clock, we have the Terry LaJoy's all over the map today. God bless her. Today at 9 o'clock, Ignite Session 6, Growing Your Database. We have Terry LaJoy is actually, I believe she's camped out in one of the rooms here in Portsmouth. She'll be teaching that. That is at KellerIgnite.com, KellerIgnite.com. And then at 11 o'clock, when she's wrapped up with that class, she's going to shoot down the hallway and come into my office here in the Coffee with a Capper studios. And we're going to have a conversation at 11 o'clock. Bradley Kelly with Movement Mortgage, the sponsor of Coffee with a Capper, he will be here. He'll hear a lot about what he does to assist Terry with what she does for business and how he can assist you. And then you're going to hear a ton from Terry LaJoy and her journey with real estate and her journey with Keller Williams and what she's doing right now. And it says on the thing, it is Coffee with a Capper is like that. That's usually what we call it, but I did rename it Nespresso with a Networker because that's what she does. She is out in person constantly and consistently, more important. Constantly and consistently. Could be the same thing, but she doesn't go network for 25 hours a day, 1 day a week, and then be like, that was enough. That covers me for the week. She's always, always out meeting people face to face. And she'll talk about that and how she enjoys doing it. And she's good at it. And she's actually rebirthed her TV show. So you got a little TV show going on now too. She's creating some video content that's also going to be excellent. If you haven't checked that out, she'll talk about all that with us at 11 o'clock. That is Nespresso with a Networker / Coffee with a Capper with the Terry LaJoy today at 11. That'll be on Facebook Live. We also push that over to the YouTubes with the live videos on our learning page. Today at 1 o'clock, Midday Protocol. Every day at 1 o'clock, we're just taking stock of where we are for the day, right? You can do, yesterday was the 15th of the month, and we call it the 15th Protocol. On the 15th day of the month, the halftime of the month, you decide where you are in relationship to your goals. So we're in year 2 now of Midday Protocol. And last year when we started it, the mindset was, okay, we're doing the Fight Club thing in the morning. We're going after our leads in the morning. We're creating conversations and appointments and contracts. Are we holding each other to account? So that conversation's every day at 1 o'clock. You go to timsoffice.com and we'll be right here. And I'm just going to ask everybody that comes in, you don't have to answer. You don't have to share your math. A lot of people just come in and sit and listen. And when we start, I ask for 3 numbers. Can you tell me about your conversations and interactions? How many people did you talk to in the last 24 hours? Because I'm really asking, since I saw you yesterday, how's it been? So our interactions and conversations, and then I want to know how many appointments we have set, any new appointments. We're not talking about hair and nails. You look great. We're not talking about showings. When I'm asking you if you set an appointment, have you set an appointment to sit with a seller, sit with a buyer, or an investor? You're sitting with somebody to sign them into your business. That's an appointment. Showings are great. But if we start counting showings, and it's not bad to track your showings, because then you'll know, like, if I've been on 35,000 showings for this house and nobody's bought it, maybe it's overpriced, right? But we want to track how many times am we sitting down with people, because then we'll have conversion rates. When I sit down with 3 people, I definitely get 2 contracts. And now we know we're converting at 67%, you know. And then the third one is, how many contracts have we signed? Those are the 3 lead indicators. My conversations and interactions, my appointments, and my contracts. If we're keeping an eye on those every day at 1 o'clock, stands to reason, and we say this all the time, it's a bold law, bold, coming to a theater near you. It will be in the training room right across the hallway, Tuesday, February 17th. What we focus on expands. So if we're focused every day on those 3 key those 3 lead indicators for our business, stands to reason we'll never have a bad week. You won't have a bad month. You won't have a bad quarter. And you certainly won't have a bad year. And not every day will be perfect. You'll see people in that conversation today, they will joyfully report their zeros because they're being honest with themselves and their business and their peers. And you're not coming in to report to your peers. If you feel that way, then you can keep your numbers to yourself. We're not doing it to admonish one another. We're doing it to help one another, because somebody will have amazing numbers one day and we'll say, hey, how did you do that? And they'll share and you can listen and be like, oh, I never thought of it that way. That's our job as peers and leaders. It's not anything more than, can I help people think differently? Perception and perspective are 2 different things. Your perception is what you see going on. Your perspective is how your programming causes you to see what's going on. Everyone's perspective is different. So it's an old wives' tale, or I guess line, when people say perception is reality. It's so individualized. That's not true. Your perception is not reality because everybody else has their perspective. Our job as great agents, our job at Keller Williams, is to stay curious and ask enough questions that we can start to at least mainline ourselves and create some synergy between the person that we're talking to and ourselves, and start to adopt their perspective a little bit, to see it from their point of view. That will alter our perception, make us more open-minded, and then cause us to be in concert with them and then help them get exactly what they want. Zig Ziglar. When you help people get what they want, you'll get what you want. Success through others. That's what this whole thing is all about. And then the second half of the call, the midday protocol, we're talking about Sean Acor. I almost said John Acuff. They're so similar. They're cousins. They're not. Sean Acor has a great book called Big Potential. We've been talking about that all week. We will talk about that before I send you on your merry way for the weekend. And that'll be at 1:30. And at 1:30, you can go over and join our fantastic brokers for the Friday call that happens every Friday at 1:30. It's called Back to Basics, KWCLM Forums. Our brokers will be at kellertv.com for that. Everything I just spoke to you about, it's all right there in the morning news. It hits your inbox right around 7:15. And all we're doing is just saying, hey, don't worry about the calendar for the month or the year. Here's what's available from an educational standpoint, from a coaching standpoint, from a mastermind standpoint today. Here's what's on the menu today. And if there's something on there that you perceive would be of value to you, or there's something on there that you can adopt and say, hey, I'll just take Fight Club and I'll just make it permanently part of my calendar so my face is doing the next right thing. And then I'll go to Midday Protocol and hang out with Timmy and everybody else that's hanging out, and I'll talk about what I got done. Because at 1:30, then I can go on the appointments that I set in the morning. And if I didn't set appointments in the morning, I can go back and interact with more people. In the immortal words of Michael Mayer, 7 levels of communication. Because I know somewhere, someone in my city is looking for help, and it's my job to find them. That's the video game of what we do, kids. It's not more than that. You're going to find your way that makes sense for you to connect with people so you enjoy it and so you come up as your authentic self. I don't want this to feel like a masquerade party. I don't want you to feel disingenuous. I want you to feel truthful and authentic and transparent. And when people feel that and see that and hear that, And when they can't put their finger on why they work with you, that je ne sais quoi, like, why should I work with Tim? Why should I work with Max? Why should I work with Kaylee? And you're like, I can't explain it. You just have to hang out with them. It wasn't transactional, it was experiential. Maya Angelou, people will rarely remember what you said. They'll always remember how you made them feel. If I can help with any of this, I'm here for it. It's 603-834-2856. You can also book my face for one-on-one coaching at meetwithcoach.com. Have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the sunshine while it lasts. Apparently, we have snow coming tomorrow, which is good for the slopes. And those of you that do all the things in that. Until Tuesday, we are closed on Monday. Until Tuesday, take care.